Do you think 52,920 rounds in a 30-week season is possible? There is a paradigm in the golf industry that a golf course can host about 35,000 rounds per year based on a 30-week season. In fact, most people in the industry believe this is absolutely the maximum rounds a property should host to guarantee the golfer the most valued experience. I too agree with this arbitrary number if your course has the golfers who are willing to pay the fees necessary to support the course while providing the owner with a modest return on his investment. The pushback I have with the 35,000 round model is it has been built around only 10 hours of the week, that is, Saturday and Sunday, 6 a.m. until 11 a.m., which are the desirable tee times for most golf courses and therefore treasured and guarded. Think about it. These are the only tee times for most golf courses that are in high demand. The rest of the times and days, most golf courses are wide open, especially during their off-season. Some people in the industry are setting themselves and their courses up for financial suicide by the limitations of their own minds that are transposing this imprisonment directly to their golf course and the owner's bottom line. You must shake this old, out-of-date, financially devastating paradigm and replace it with a new one. Besides, when is the course the most fun? When it's rocking. You have to be there anyway, so you might as well be busy doing what you love, spending time with golfers. Don't think of increased rounds as more work for the same money. Instead, think of more rounds as more lessons, more job security, more stability for your family. MMC has consistently increased rounds at our partnering golf courses, well over 200 thus far since 2006, by 10 to 15,000 rounds per year, which has, as a byproduct of these increased rounds, increased annual revenue by as much as $300,000 per year. Our clients are normally hosting between 20,000 and 30,000 rounds before partnering with MMC. So even after we complete our golfer acquisition campaign, we still fall short of the industry's maximum standard and far short of the 52,920 possible rounds. Here are the numbers. If you set your tee times every 8 minutes, which gives you 7 tee times an hour, times 4 golfers equals 28 golfers. This is still giving the starter time to catch up with a grace period of 4 minutes an hour. And your first tee time is at 7 a.m. and you continue until 4 p.m. You have a solid 9 hours of play, not factoring in additional operational hours. For example, you're open from 5:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. Multiply 9 hours by 28 golfers and you get 252 rounds of golf per day, with 36 minutes of grace time for the starter. And this isn't even crazy busy. This is just operating at peak performance. 7 days a week times 252 rounds is 1,764 rounds per week. 1,764 rounds times 30 weeks equals 52,920 rounds. 52,920 rounds minus X, X represents the number of rounds you are currently hosting, equals Y. Y is the available rounds you have to sell. I understand you want the course to be in the best shape possible and do not want it to be overplayed. But again, put your common sense cap on and think. Isn't it far easier to keep the course conditions at their very best when you are not worried about revenue? Besides, the reality is most of you will never get to experience the joy of 52,920 rounds in a 30-week season. But if you could, there would never be any reason for concern, because just like the numbers above prove, it is possible to host the rounds. There are numbers just as plausible that prove that increase wouldn't last long, because everyone is always most excited in the beginning and some will inevitably drop off. Maybe if you got out of your own head, you'd see things for how they really are and not the way they were 20 years ago. Stop putting the cart before the horse and quit worrying if you can handle the additional rounds and get started on acquiring the additional rounds. In closing, this is not an attempt to get everyone striving to host 50,000 plus rounds of golf. But what it is an eye-opening snapshot of the possibilities for those of you not seeing an acceptable return on your investment, thinking there is no way to grow because your course is at capacity. If you are hosting 30,000 rounds and are happy with your revenue stream, then stay with 30,000 rounds. But if you are hosting 30,000 rounds and dissatisfied with your revenue stream, no, there are ways to become profitable. Call MMC today and let us fill in the blanks for you. MMC, the performance-based, data-driven golfer marketing company that hits them straight. Thank you for partnering with MMC today in growing your golf course, the game, and your golf career.